Today I'm going to work on a little bit of experimentation with the botanical subject. I'm going to work with trees. Well, I have to use quinacridone gold. I like that a lot, so I'm going to use some of that. And then I don't think I have Hansa yellow, but I do have alizarin crimson. And I think I'll use cobalt blue instead of that phthalo blue. And then I want one lighter one. I'll use Windsor yellow. So what I'm going to do first is just mix up a puddle like what the other person did, and then drop it on. Actually, what I'm going to do first, this is a little different. I'm going to create the look, like a channel for some of the tree branches that I see in the inspiration photo, so that some of the paint will kind of flow in the direction of the branches. Kind of hard to see where it's going to be, so we'll find out. And then on the right side, I'm going to use a spray bottle. So let me start first by mixing up a lighter tone. Let's see, I think I have to open one of my curtains just so I can see a little bit better. I think I need a little more paint. Need to get a different brush. and a stick. Sorry, I didn't realize that I wasn't within the camera range here while I was blowing. I'll do some more.
Are you blowing with a straw or an air gun, Sylvia?
Straw. Now I mixed up a little bit of yellow green with the cobalt blue and the,
Is your mixture pretty rich?
yeah, it's like creamy.
Yeah.
Sylvia, which image reference are you?
It's the mossy one, beautiful trees.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah. I wasn't able to get some of the shapes that I wanted, so I'm gonna pull some of these other shapes up and around. And I want to drop some other colors in too. Oh, forgot to get my paper towel out. I might have to use other colors too, because you know, when I got my palette here and I see other colors I want, it's tempting to use them, obviously. But this is still my cobalt blue and the mixture that I have on here. Okay, I want to do something with the acrylic ink too. So let me start on this side. I'm going to do the thing with a little spray bottle on this side. So this is my mister. It's a spray bottle that's got a fine mist. I can use it on some of these splotches too. And this is my acrylic ink. It's the sepia. I'm just gonna use this squeeze thing to put it on. I'm using the spray bottle a little more to just make it spread out slightly more. Then I'm gonna take a stick and drag some of these branches out. Using the straw again. I'm gonna get a puddle down here. I need to wipe up. And I want to get some of these greens in here now for the moss. And I think, see if I can get a decent mix with the colors I have. Well, it's not quite bright enough, so I think I have to go with my mix another green. spattering for more texture. There's also a really beautiful kind of a misty quality to the background color. I'd like to put some of that in too, but I don't want it to mix with the rest, so I'll wait a little bit. Sprinkle some salt on here for texture. I'm going to take some of this ink that I have in other places and spread it around. I have plastic wrap. I'm tempted to stick that on in some places. That would be kind of fun. Okay, hopefully I can paint around that. Okay, a little more cobalt blue. I'm gonna try to get some of that soft sky color in here. want to paint some of the trees that I see in the distance too. Okay, I think I have to come back in with some darks. What do you guys think? Or maybe more blues? Can you see it?
I'm not looking at the reference photo, but blue seems like it would be a nice addition.
The what?
I feel like blue would look nice.
Yeah, blue, because it's
Yeah.
got too many of the warmer tones.
You
Yes,
can get a little sky if you want.
I'm having a hard time now finding a clean spot on my palette. I think I have to take some of this plastic wrap away.
I'm busily waxing ornaments right now. Does anyone know if there's a way to clean Dorland's wax out of cloth? Because I'm using a buffing cloth. I'm wondering, do I need to just throw the cloth away and get a new one, or is there a way to clean the wax out? Anybody know?
Ooh, I don't know. Google
I
it.
don't know, Kelly, but my first go-to would probably be Dawn detergent, which is the best thing I found for taking grease out of things.
I take wax out of tablecloths by putting them in the freezer, scraping it off with a knife, and then ironing it between paper towels.
Good tips. Thanks, guys.
Do the cloths dry very stiff?
It's
What,
it's somewhat stiff. Not super stiff, not like it doesn't like crack when you press on it.
Maybe
Just
you
like
can, maybe you can just reuse them.
I'm gonna sprinkle a little more salt on. Now I want to come back with some darker darks on this tree here. But I just, I can't wait too long. I have to take off this plastic wrap because I can't keep painting on it. But yeah, I like the movement so far. So I'm using some Perylene green now because it's darker and it's handy and
Are your colors there on your palette dry and you're just using a damp brush on them?
well, these are all wet, but the Perylene green was dry. So, but I dampened it,
Yeah. Okay, thanks.
Uh-huh. I feel like I'm in that mossy forest.
You're really getting the feel. Pretty
Back in
cool.
Louisiana.
Oh, yeah. Or the Northwest. I lived in the Northwest, the Olympic Peninsula.
Oh my, yes. The reds are make it very inviting.
It's got
Really
a,
good at creating real things out of blobs.
well,
I can't seem to achieve that. I'm trying, but it doesn't look like trees at all.
blow with a straw.
hmm
In fact, I'm going to thing now. Let's see if I can get anything to happen. I still have some wet globs here. No, I guess not. My palette looks like a painting too, doesn't it? Okay, I need to do something with this area up in here, and what I'm seeing in the photo is a lot of moss, so. I think I need to scrape back in.
Do you guys know about the Picassos for Peanuts reception this weekend? It's Sunday from 4 to 6 at the Goleta Library. It's going to be the Goleta Valley Art Association having things for sale and treats for festive gathering. I don't know. It should be fun if anybody wants to stop by. I'll be
When-
there.
When, what was the time again?
This Sunday, 4 to 6 at the Goleta Library.
Thanks.
Trying to add a few more branches in here.
That's looking so cool, Sylvia. Wow. Love it.
You know, I gotta break up some of these equal spaces though. Do you see these equal spaces?
Sylvia, I have a question about these equal spaces.
Right, okay.
Does it happen naturally with us when we paint that we don't really notice that we made it?
Oh, yeah, it just seems to be automatic, you know, that we just seem to space things that way and it's, but that's a little bit too regular. It's, more interesting if you have things that are not so equally spaced.
So how can we break our pattern without asking for somebody's critique?
Well, we have to look at, like at the stage I'm at right now. I look at it and I'm saying, okay, what is the space between some of my shapes? You know, Are they the same or do I need to break them up somehow?
So it's a, that step in the process.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Uh-huh. And then you have to like add some diagonals if you've got a lot of verticals, you know, or horizontals. Yeah, I should leave a pathway for the eye to travel, and I haven't really left one. So this will be where you'd come back in now with a little bit of gouache.
I enjoy climbing trees myself.
Okay, well, might have to get through this jungle.
I'd like to see that.
No, you wouldn't.
I love what you've done adding the warm tones. It's so much more vibrant than the original reference.
Yeah, I had to have that, you know, I can't, I have to have some of that sparkle.
I think that's what reminded me of how I imagine Louisiana. I imagine those woods to have more variety of plants in them than the Olympic rainforest.
Well, I don't know. You know, the thing about the Northwest, you've got mushrooms and all kinds of different things. I don't know, because I really have only been on the swamp tour. I haven't really gone too much into like hiking in Louisiana. For one thing, there's a lot of things that make you itch.
This reminds me of the Hoh Forest on the Olympic Peninsula,
Oh,
Does
yeah.
it?
the only temperate rainforest in North America.
Yeah. I love that area.
It's just amazing. The that rainforest is just amazing.
So by spattering, I'm kind of leading your eye, you know, throughout. Okay, so I think there's a lot of green in here, you know, and I'd like to see a little more blue, but I think what I'll do is wait for it to dry. And see what I think later. I'd kind of like to scrape a little bit more light into it. Might be too late though.